forgot my opening line, what is it? What's happening, guys? Anthony Barnes of AB Fitness here, and today we're talking about the bench press. Okay, the bench press is probably the most popular resistance exercise up and down the country, and probably around the world for that matter. It's the first one you typically start doing when you start resistance training, and once somebody finds out you work in a gym or go to a gym, first question you'll get asked, how much can you bench? Despite its popularity, however, it's often a movement that we see performed with less than optimal form, okay, and doing that incorrectly can lead to nagging injuries, especially through things such as the shoulder. A lot of this can be associated to a poor setup on the bench and a lack of warm-up. So today we're going to go through those and show you how to remedy these. Okay guys, so the point of the warm-up is we're trying to increase the core temperature of the body itself. Okay, we're trying to get blood flow towards the tissues and the joints that we're about to utilize, and we're going to try and get ourselves into a better position for what we're about to do. Alright, now, most guys will give an example of a warm-up for the bench is they come in, a couple of reps with the empty bar, throw a plate on, and off you go. This is not going to be optimal, definitely not ideal. Alright, if you've been sitting at home on your computer or sitting at work at the computer, you're going to be in a really lousy position to bench press from, okay, and we want to make sure we get out of that before we jump in, okay? Now, I utilize the band quite a lot in my warm-up, alright, I find it very versatile and really quite cheap, so really good value for money. I do recommend investing in one of these if you haven't got one. Not a necessity, but definitely useful, okay? Now this is just a generic warm-up that everybody can do, alright? If you've got bits that are a little bit more naggy on your side, so triceps hurt a little bit more, then you need to spend some more time on that. But this only takes about 5-10 minutes, alright, and it can be very useful in getting yourself into a better position. Alright, so we're going to talk about the setup in a second. First, let's get warmed up. Okay guys, so now that we're nice and warmed up, we're going to go ahead and go into the setup. Now we're going to use Annalise as a demonstration here. Okay, Annalise got a really nice setup in the bench, and she's extremely proficient at the bench itself. Okay, what's your best split?
82.5 kilos.
Okay, 82.5 kilos, that was in comp?
Yes.
Okay, it's a competition standard, so pretty damn strong. Now she's got a great coach in Rhett Milton, alright, and they had a bit of a breakthrough with her setup. Alright, it's quite a simple one to pick up, alright, so it's a nice starting point, and then you can just adjust it and get used to the position for yourself and, you know, sort of make it your own from there. Alright, but this is a great starting point, so we're going to go ahead and get into that now. Okay guys, so we're laying completely flat on the bench here. This is probably the worst position to be in for bench press, okay? There's no arch in her back at all. The shoulders are gonna be rounded forward slightly. So if she started to bench from this position, only thing she's going to be utilizing really is going to be her front deltoid, okay? That's a really common injury we see with guys and girls who bench press all the time with no decent setup, all right? So what we want to do is get the shoulders back and down, all right? And the cue I really like to use here is pretend like you're trying to put your shoulder blades into your back pocket, all right? So for Annalise's setup, she's going to put her hand by her head on each side, okay? She's going to drive her hips up nice and high and force all her body weight down into the back of her shoulders, or into the pad, sorry. All right, so she's really forcing these shoulders down. Okay, just go flat again for us. All right, so let's just see that one again. So she's completely flat back here. She's gonna pop her hands up by her head, drive her hips up nice and high, perfect. And then really push her shoulders into this bench, okay? Now her shoulders are in a really good position here. All right, now she's gonna pop one foot down, good, then the other foot down, and drop her hips down, so her bum's onto the bench, grab the bar with both hands, and every time, or every single time she moves, she's not sacrificing this good, strong shoulder position. Okay, she's gonna go ahead and unwrap the bar, good, and just go for a couple reps there. Lovely. Beautiful, okay, right. All right, so now we're in this nice, strong arch position, all right? The upper back's super tight, shoulders are in a good position. Unracking the bar is where we can see a lot of people go wrong, all right? So when you unrack that bar, you want to make sure you maintain that solid position, all right? That upper back wants to stay tight. So Annalise is going to unrack the bar as normal, all right? And she's maintained that really good shoulder position. Okay, chest is still up nice and high. She's got a decent arch. Okay, rack it for us. Okay, now we're going to go over exactly what we don't want to do, all right? So as she unracks the bar, you can see there she's completely lost her arch now. Her upper back is flat to the bench, and now her shoulders have rounded really far forward. Okay, in this position, she's going to go ahead and bench press for us. So just hold it at the bottom. Her shoulders are going to be rounded forward, and this front deltoid, so the front of the shoulder, is going to be really overloaded because she completely shut off her chest muscles. All right, so guys especially, when you're really far forward, if you're overdeveloped in the front of the shoulder, it's likely you're not really utilizing your pectorals at all through the bench press. Okay. So, when you unwrap that bar, so just get back in. Okay, so just get back in the arch for it. Good. Lovely. Okay, so when you unwrap that bar, make sure you're staying in that nice solid position and you're keeping your upper back really nice and tight throughout. Rack. Alright, so where to grip the bar and where to touch on your chest is a real common question when it comes to the bench press. Alright, so this is going to be different for everybody. If you've got a really long arm compared to a really short arm, then your grip's going to be slightly different. Alright, in general, for the grip, just where you feel comfortable, alright, where you're naturally going to hold it, alright, and where you feel nice and strong. Where to touch on the chest, when you get to the bottom of the press, your elbow should be stacked directly underneath your wrist, alright, that's going to allow you to express the most power. Now you are going to see some powerlifters go with a really, really wide grip, and that's absolutely fine for them. They're trying to move less range of motion, all right, so that's perfect for them. But for general strength, you want to keep in that nice straight line to express more power. So there are some things that you can use to help assist you in the bench press, all right? You can see we've got some chalk on the bench here. That's just to give her a little bit more grip in the shoulders and help maintain that arch. You can see she's throwing on some wrist wraps. The wrist wraps are just going to stop the movement of the bar in your hands and also help support the wrist a little bit more. She's going to go ahead and throw some chalk on her hands as well. It's going to give you a better grip on the bar and make you feel a hell of a lot more secure. Right, it's also a good idea to get yourself a spotter when you get into heavier weights. First of all, for safety. All right, second of all, just so that when you're unwrapping the bar, you're maintaining that arch position and keeping the shoulders nice and safe the whole way through. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Up, your bar. Alright guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you can take a few of these tips and tricks and implement them into your own bench press training. Until next time, peace!